I don't intend to make people mad, but I have a feeling I'm gonna make some people mad. Back to the channel. I'm Kelsey Impicciche, and today we are going to be ranking all of the Sims 4 game packs. I just did a video where I ranked all of the Sims 4 expansion packs. You all seem to like it. So we're going to be doing the game packs this video, and then in our next video, we'll be doing the stuff packs. I'll make a note of all the best features of every pack, just so in case one strikes your fancy, maybe it's not my favorite pack, but it might be yours. Also, you might have bad taste. I'm just kidding. None of you have bad taste. You're watching me. All right, let's jump in here. So there are 8 Sims 4 game packs: Realm of Magic, Streeterville, Jungle Adventure, Parenthood, Vampires, Dine Out, Spa Day, and Outdoor Retreat. Game packs are different than expansion packs. They sometimes add a new world and new gameplay. Overall, they're a lot smaller than an expansion pack. I'm gonna be ranking all of these from bottom tier, F rank, to top tier, S rank. Let us begin with our F rank, and that is Sims 4 Outdoor Retreat. Sims 4 Outdoor Retreat is the first game pack of The Sims 4, and similarly to my review of the expansion packs, I do think we've learned a lot since Outdoor Retreat. Outdoor Retreat is where you can take your Sims camping and explore the destination of Granite Falls in The Sims 4. There are cabins, tents, bonfires. I guess you can create exotic potions as an herbalist or something. There's also bears. In terms of create a sim items, I really don't use too many of these because they're super outdoorsy and I don't play a lot of outdoorsy Sims. The hairs are fine. They're still fairly basic and not anything that you couldn't get anywhere else. The shoes are not all that stylish. They're mostly outdoorsy shoes. In terms of build mode items, again, all of these items you really only would use in this pack. I don't think you'd use many of them day to day. So sorry, Outdoor Retreat, you got an F. But I still love you, please can we be friends? Moving right along to E rank, we have Sims 4 Spa Day. Spa Day is the second of the game packs that Sims 4 ever made, and honestly, I think I've used it less than Outdoor Retreat, although I do think there's some really cool advantages to this pack, specifically the new wellness skill that I actually do really enjoy using in my gameplay even now. You get a spa, which is kind of cool, but like you only want to really go to the spa maybe once or twice per sim. I do really like practicing yoga and meditation. I think that's really fun, and if you're interested in doing that with your Sims, I think this is a great option. There's still a fitness skill, so the wellness skill isn't entirely unique. The saunas are fun. In terms of create a sim, there are a couple, there's specifically like this hair right here for women and this hair for men that I really like. There are some really good athleisure options. For build mode items, it does have a lot of like really cool looking, unique, modern features. I will say it's like really hard to rank them, and I do think Spa Day has a lot of benefits to it. It's really fun to go to the yoga classes together, but overall, I think that unless you're specifically looking for the wellness aspect of the game, the rest of it is kind of hit or miss. Next up is D rank, and this rank goes to Sims Dine Out. I swear I'm not ranking them in terms of when they came out, but it is the third game pack that came out for The Sims. It's a pretty cool experience. You can create your own unique restaurants, you can own a restaurant, you can go out to dinner with your Sims on a date. I do think there are a lot of bugs and kinks to the dining experience. I don't really enjoy running a restaurant all that much. It's a lot of work, but you know, overall, I do think it adds to the world. I really love some of these hairs that they have in the Create a Sim. In terms of build mode items, I think it has a lot to offer because it has so many unique options for, you know, a fancy dining experience or just a dining experience in general. For me, Dine Out and Spa Day are pretty neck and neck, so I could kind of swing either way, but I think what gives Dine Out the edge is that I think a restaurant for me is an experience outside of the home that I would want to do more than once and more frequently. I also do think building your own restaurants is pretty fun, especially if you're a foodie. It's like a really fun time. I really like that you can choose all of the things on your menu. I think it's a good pack, but I don't think it can really hang with the top tier. Next up, rank C is Sims 4 Jungle Adventure. I will admit I've really slept on Jungle Adventure. I haven't played it a lot. However, I do hear amazing things about Jungle Adventure. Selva Dorada is a really rich location. I I think it has a lot to do, and I think that the adventure itself is fairly replayable because there's treasure and things like that. You can collect hidden artifacts, discover a hidden temple. Some of the hairs are pretty fun. I think overall it's a fairly unique pack. I like a lot of the shirts and things, and I do wear them even outside of the universe. They've got a fun tattoo. Build mode items are also pretty cool if you're looking for a unique look. I like a lot of the build mode items, specifically for the outdoor areas when you're looking for an overgrown look. And it has like a lot of like greenery, some fun, more naturalistic items that I think make it a really solid pack. However, it is not as good as my next tier, Tier B, and that goes to my friends, Sims 4 Realm of Magic. Yeah, I know, I only made it Tier B. It could have been a contender. It could have been the best there ever was. It feels like it was an easy sell. I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. I'm sure the developers totally have great reasons for why it was a game pack and not develop further into an expansion pack, but I really think there was a lot more to be explored. It has a little town that like kind of looks plain, and then once you go through a secret portal, you can find the magical realm. The little town is pretty small. The magical realm, also really small. So it's not a ton of options to build and to like grow the areas. You can learn wizardry. Some of the magic is really helpful around the house. Like you can do household chores and stuff. Realm of Magic is very fun, which is why it's so high up on my list, but I do think that it could have gone farther with it. I think there could have been more there. I really do like the little neighborhood where they're selling different magical items. You can have a little floating friend that follows you around, which is pretty cool. They both have a little floating friend, and then they can also kind of like battle each other. In terms of clothes, there's some fun stuff that's really unique about this pack. It kind of goes a little alternative, but it also goes a little bit preppy. You're a prep school wizard, or you could be, you know, a little punk magic wizard. It's kind of all included in here, which is why I think it's fairly strong. I really like their build mode items. Some of them feel a little off to me. I will say they're kind of specific. But in terms of the cauldrons, the beautiful bassinet, wallpapers, I think there's a lot of cool stuff in here. That brings us to rank A. And for rank A, I gave it to Sims 4 Streeterville. Now, some people might disagree with me because it's not as replayable. However, I loved Sims 4 Streeterville. I think it's the only pack with a really strict storyline and plot. So you're an investigator solving this mystery of a desert town that like strange things are starting to happen. You have a bunch of tasks that you have to complete in order to unveil what's going on beneath the surface, quite literally. It's a lot of fun. I did a whole playthrough of it. I would love to play it again. The world itself is incredibly unique. It's something I hadn't really seen done before in a Sims game. So it was like a really fun departure. I really liked a lot of the Kaz items, these fun braids. There's some cool outfits for men in here to kind of switch it up, which is always needed. You get a lot of cool build items that are incredibly unique in world building. So I really think it's a fun ride. It's not higher up on the list, mostly because I don't know if it's as replayable. I think once you've played through the plot once, you kind of get the gist. For just a game pack, I think it's like fully developed. Also, you can make your Sims possessed, and who doesn't want your Sim to be walking around looking all weird and being possessed? And that brings us to our SClass, the top tier, the best game packs, the cream of the crop. Top two are The Sims 4 Vampires and The Sims 4 Parenthood. These two packs are absolutely my favorite game packs. Sims 4 Parenthood, I think, has a bit of a slight edge over Sims 4 Vampires, probably for obvious reasons. I play a bit more family life than I do supernatural. However, Sims 4 Vampires, 100% best supernatural aspect of the game. Period. The end. You can transform your Sim into a vampire and live for eternity in the eerie new destination. You have lots of room to explore. There are some really cool characters that come with Forgotten Hollow and their whole backstory. Vlad, Caleb's sister. Free-to-sim items just cannot be beat, specifically the build mode items. They're just like really iconic and flawless in terms of nailing the theme of like a vampiric household. They're also really fun for any other builds or any spooky vibes you want. If you're a Halloween stan like I am, this is a must-have pack. In terms of gameplay, being a vampire, super fun. You can rank up in the vampire, fight other vampires. Depending on how fit you are or what your rank is, you'll be superior or not. You can change other people. You can get into a lot of mischief. There's also like superpowers that you can add on, and it makes your sim immortal. In terms of Kaz items, there's some that are kind of you can sleep on, but there's some cool options in here. I do think the build mode items are a bit stronger than the Kaz, but there's a lot of facial features that are added that can really, beyond vampires, make really cool, unique sims. The top one, of course, is Sims 4 Parenthood. I think it's absolutely necessary to my gameplay in a similar way that Seasons is necessary as an expansion pack for me. Parenthood makes the game richer and adds a lot more to the family aspect of the game. So if you're wanting a lot more family dynamics, this is a must-have. You can discipline your children, encourage certain behaviors, and teach life values that will then give your children traits as they get older and leave a lasting impact on who they are as a person or a sim. You also get really dramatic, vibes from your sims, which is absolutely hilarious. In terms of create a sim, I think there's a lot of really good standards in here, some really cute hairs for the kids and teens. And that is how I ranked all of the Sims 4 game packs. Would you rank them differently? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and also a big thank you for 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's really cool to have grown this channel with me as a human being. I started it fresh out of college with no idea where I was going to go with my career, and now it is my career. So I want to thank you guys so much for that opportunity. I will see you guys next week for the stuff packs.